Mad Crafters. BrokeRock here, and before we start, I want you to tell me what you thought of that brand new intro I did. Yep, just came up with that the other day, and I think it looks awesome. But I want you to go into the comments and give me your feedback, because I'd love to hear what y'all have to say on it. Anyway, what we're doing today, and what I have been doing, is I have been going over all the information around XP storage. Basically looking at all the different things that we get XP from, the different XP levels, whether it's in a furnace, a blast furnace, or a smoker, but looking at everything, trying to figure out really what's the best thing, okay? Now, before we start, for those of y'all who don't know, we're going to go talk about this real quick. So this is our Old Faithful furnace. We've had it forever. And then not too long, we got the blast furnace here, and then we got the smoker. Now, the key number you want to remember here is 1,395. Yep, that's the number of XP points you need to go from 0 to 30 experience levels, okay? So now for a blast furnace and a smoker, they smelt in half the time as a furnace, okay? So a furnace takes 10 seconds per items to smelt, and a blast furnace or smoker only takes 5 seconds. Now the blast furnace will only do ores, and the smoker will only do foods. But in either case, no matter the time required to smelt it, one piece of coal still equals 8 items. Okay? It'll take it 5 seconds, but it'll go through that whole piece of coal and smelt you 8 items. Or 5 seconds per item, so in half the time. Anyway, now, then I went and looked at all the different items that could be smelted and looked at their XP levels. Now, the biggest one is one of the latest and greatest, ancient debris. Yep, that'll give you 2 XP points per smelt. But even with that, you need like almost 11 stacks, I believe, to get to level 30. And trying to mine out 11 stacks of ancient debris is going to be really tough. Yep. Next, you have a lot of your main ores here, and they give you 1 full XP point, which is great, but still pretty rare. Diamond, emerald, gold, a little better. The nether gold ore, now that's a little bit more abundant than the rest of these, but still going to be kind of difficult mining out all that, because you're still going to need 1,395 of those to get to level 30. So that's still going to take a little while. I believe it's like 21, 22 stacks. Now the good ones, the ones I'm going to be focused on today, are these two right here. Iron ore and redstone ore. Yep, you can smelt redstone ore. It'll give you 1 piece of redstone dust, okay? Now, the reason I say that is because not a lot of people are redstoners, and even if you are a redstoner, you don't go through a ton, just a massive amounts, unless you're like El Mango or something, or Mumbo. You know, you're not going to go through a ton of redstone. So we can find these and silk touch them and just collect the heck out of them. Okay, and the iron, once you get up to diamond armor, iron, and then you build an iron farm, you really not too worried about the iron ore, so you can collect all that too. So these can be gotten pretty easily early game. So these are the ones we're going to focus on. Now the rest of this, like your food items here, and also your clay blocks right here, when you smelt those into terracotta, will give you 0.35, and then the clay balls is 0.3 by itself, and then we have 0.2 with these 3 here. You see a lot of people using cactus because it's a zero tick item. You can zero tick it and get a lot of it, but it's at 0.2. So you're still going to need like over 6,000 of these, somewhere around there, to smelt it to get to that level 30. If you want to get that 0 to 30 jump from XP storage. And then it gets even worse. The wet sponge and the wood gives you 0.15. You need like 9,300 of those. And then all of these give you just 0.1. 0.1 XP. What does that mean? This kelp. A lot of people talk about using kelp because you can use dry kelp, and then you can turn it around and use it for fuel for itself. That's kind of a good thing. You can zero tick kelp, so you get a lot of it. But to have a XP storage to go from 0 to 30 with 1 pool, you have to smelt almost 14,000 of this kelp. Now, in a normal furnace, that would take almost 39 hours. That's in-game hours. Okay, that's you standing by there waiting for it to smelt. Now, good thing about kelp, you can also do it in a smoker, so you cut that in half, but still, we're talking almost 19 and a half in-game hours. Oh man, that's forever. It would just take forever. So now, if we look at the iron ore and the redstone ore, that is 0.7. Now the key number on that, I have it listed right over here, is 1993. So just over 31 stacks of iron ore and redstone ore will give you a 0 to 30 jump in your XP storage furnace. Okay, and to smelt that, and a lot of people say, well, I need a fuel thing, so I need to do like a 0-tick bamboo farm to do all that. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And we'll get to that more of that later on. Now, initially, when you're starting out, to smelt all these items right here, you either need 25 blocks of coal or about three and a half to 4 stacks of coal, which is really not that much to get when you're first mining, because you're doing a lot of strip mining looking for diamonds. Okay, so you can get a lot of coal. This shouldn't be a problem. Now, so now with that right there, 1993. Now, since the wiki is wrong, I don't know if I mentioned this a second ago, but in the wiki they say that the blast furnace and the smoker, though they smelt in half the time, only give you half the XP. Well, that's not true in Bedrock. Okay, you still get the full amount of XP from a blast furnace or a smoker. So in this case, the best thing to use is a blast furnace with the iron and redstone ore. So now you do it in half the time. So if we take that into account, so we have the 1993, half the time, so 5 seconds per ore to smelt, it'll take just under 3 hours, of in-game time to completely smelt all of that. It's awesome. So, I mean, it's definitely doable. So you go down and do some strip mining as you're collecting it, come back here, just throw it in here and let it keep smelting while you go do some more mining for the more ore. Okay, it works great, and then you just keep coal in there so it keeps going. Now, what my suggestion is to set up, when you're ready to do this, go ahead and get your setup just like this. Okay, put a blast furnace in the middle, and then have a hopper coming out into a chest on the bottom, and then a hopper going into it from the top, and a chest on top of that, and then put one hopper out to the side. Now you'll set this up, and then go back as you're mining. You come back with iron ore, or once you get a silk touch pick, whether it be iron or diamond or whatever, you have some kind of silk touch, and you can get redstone ore. As you get them, just come over here and toss them in this chest, and just make sure you keep plenty of coal inside here, so it smelts it all down. And what you really want to do, don't worry about the 31 stacks and 9. Just do all 32. That'll fill up this whole bottom, just like this is right here. Just like this is all filled up right here. It'll fill all that up at the bottom, and the 32, and it'll fill all up at the top. All of these right here. Okay? That's all you want to do. And guess what? You're not going to lose it. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So we're getting all of our ore, and we're putting it in there and doing that. So now, once you got it all done, you got it all smelted down, what we're going to do is we're going to create this. And you're like, what is all of that, Mad? What do you need all that stuff for? Well, I don't know about you, but one of my biggest pet peeves about XP storage farms, XP storage, furnaces or whatnot. Now, a lot of people use cactus, which is fine. You can use that. But you'll come into it, you'll go into the furnace, or in this case, since cactus, it has to be a furnace. You go to the furnace, and you have to take out like a whole stack of green dye. So, I mean, really, seriously, who needs all this green dye? Who needs it? I don't need all this green dye. Nobody needs it. Nobody. And the thing about it is taking out one piece of green dye versus 64 green dye. It's like when you're already close up to level 30 in here anyway, it's not a significant difference. So you really don't need to. So basically, you're wasting all that fuel. So besides having to get a whole bunch of extra green dye that you'll never use and most likely just toss out somewhere and let it despawn, or throw in lava, it's like, unless you're going to make the whole entire world green, I don't know, you don't need it. And you're just sitting there wasting. Say you're using bamboo. This system that I created uses bamboo. Say you're using bamboo. to do a stack of 64, you will use 4 stacks of bamboo. That's just, and you don't need to waste it. We can be completely efficient, and this is how you do it. Now, what I've set up here is it's where it's set up and it's waiting for you. You'll come over here. You'll have a piece of ore sitting here waiting for you, just waiting for you. You'll pop it out. It automatically puts in another piece of ore and exactly 4 bamboos, so it gets smelted, and then it just stays there and waits for you to come pull it again. So you're not wasting it. It's completely 100% efficient. You're not going to lose or, just waste all that other fuel that you, so you don't need to have a zero tick attached to this thing. It's awesome. It's awesome. And it's really, really pretty easy, simple. There's nothing difficult here. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to build right now. So let's go down over here to our handy dandy chest, and this will show you everything you need for the whole entire build. Okay? So you'll need 12 pieces of redstone dust, 4 redstone repeaters, 1 comparator, 1 block of redstone, 1 observer, 4 chests, 4 hoppers, 2 droppers, 1 sticky piston, 1 blast furnace, 21 blocks of choice, and then you'll need a bunch of bamboo, which if you don't have any handy, go find a couple pieces. You can go to my channel. I'll put a link at the top. I have a bamboo farm that produces 46K per hour. Just go over there, build that up, run it for an hour. You'll have enough bamboo to last you forever. And then you just have ores that you mine out to actually collect the XP from. So that's all you need. So let's collect all this and go ahead and get going on this build. So the first thing we're going to do is going to come over here. We're going to take off this hopper, and we're going to put a couple of temporary blocks on the side of this blast furnace, just like so. After we do that, we're going to take our dropper, and we're going to place it on that wall so the face of it's facing into the blast furnace. Do 1 on each side, just like so. Okay, then we can take those blocks away. Now on top of those, we're going to put a hopper on the top of each one of those. Now we need to set up our chest. Now this is a little bit tricky, but not a big deal. Okay, so next to this chest up here, I want you to go ahead and make that a double chest. Then you can place one there. Okay, now when we break that, we have 2 chests right next to each other. Pretty simple. We're going to do the same thing again over here. We're going to put a temporary block there, place a chest right there, and a chest next to it to make a double, and then break that one again. So now we have our 3 single chests there. Works great. Works great. All right. So next, what we need to do is swing around here. Is we need to take a signal out of this blast furnace here. So we're going to take a solid block, place it on the back of that bottom hopper right there. Then we're going to take a comparator. I'm going to swing around, kind of go up. I'm going to place a comparator right on the back of there. And then on the front of on that comparator right here, we're going to take an observer, place it right into it, just like that. So that observer is watching for that comparator to change. That's what we're looking for. Now, for the power side right here, we're going to take us a sticky piston. We're going to place it right on the back of it, just like so, and then place the block of redstone on top of that sticky piston. So now what we need to do is, while this is on here right here in this position, we need to lock this middle hopper. I'll get it out in a minute. So we're going to place a block right there, and then we're going to take a redstone repeater coming off of this redstone block, take a redstone dust and place it on top of that, just like so. Piece cake, piece cake. Now, we're going to I'm going to set up some framework here and just kind of follow along. So we're just going to be placing a block there, and then another one on the back of there. And then we need to go on this side there. Up one, like that. Then we're going to bring this back to the one past the piston to the back, just right there. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this back 3, break that one right there, and then place 1 on the redstone block. Repeat the same thing on the other side. And there we go. Now that we have this set up, we're going to go ahead and set up all of our repeaters. So we need one repeater right here on the other side of the redstone block, one right there, and then one at the bottom right there. And then we're going to fill in the rest of that area with redstone dust. So we put there, 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 and then go up over the top, just like so, and then back to the front and up the sides, just like so. Now, the key thing you want to do is on this repeater right here, the one next to the redstone block, this needs to be set on 3 ticks. That's the magic number right there. That's going to ensure that only one ore comes out of this chest whenever it detects you take something out of it. Okay? All right. So that looks great. So that is all you have to do. Now we just need to set this up in here. So to do that, all we're going to do, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go inside here. And inside here, I want you to just place a stack of bamboo. Just stick it in there. You'll hear everything fire, but nothing's going to come out because there's nothing in any of these chests yet. But we need to go ahead and set that up so we can prime it, per se. Okay? So now, I want you to go into each one of these and just kind of toss in some bamboo into there. Toss some bamboo into the other side. And those aren't locked, so it'll drain all the way down to the dropper, you see? No problems. And then in the middle, this one's going to be a little bit different. So this hopper is locked right now. So what I need you to do is go into here, and I need you to place one ore like that. It won't go down. It'll just stay right there. I need you to do that. And then in the top, you can just place the rest of it. And now this thing is ready to go. So let us do a little demonstration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, and this is already completely full. And this is completely full. Okay? So which means, technically, whenever I pull an ore out of here, I should get all levels. Well, let's go ahead and jump into survival mode. All right, so now we're in survival mode. And as you tell, I have no levels. Oh, I do have a little bit of levels, don't I? Huh. All right, give me 1 second. All right, all my levels are gone now. That works. Okay, so now, but this is all set up. So let's go in here. I'm going to pull all this bamboo out, and it'll trigger the system. So it dropped in 1 ore, 4 bamboo, and it gives me my iron ingot. Now, since I've already collected all that, these are already all full, see, all completely full. We've smelted all this stuff right here. I should get a little over 30 levels from this 1 iron ingot. Now, that sounded like a lot. And see, as soon as you pull it out, automatically sets it up to do it again. Perfect. And I got a little over 30 levels. Outstanding. Now, let me, this is all that stuff. Let me switch back to creative real quick, just so I can get some items. Okay. So we'll go in here. I just need 2 different items. And that's perfect. So now we know that we got 30 levels, okay? And but what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take all this. Actually, we're going to start from the hopper. There we go. And I'm going to take all of this stuff. There. Now, okay. A little trickier than I thought. But so we have our 1 iron ingot in there. In here, I took everything out. So I used spruce wood in the hopper, and then a whole bunch of oak wood planks down here on the bottom. Okay? So, worked out great. So just let me I'm going to take it all down to 1. It's okay. You could use cobblestone, whatever. You know, it's just something in there. So there are no items of value left in there at all. So I took them all. They're all in my inventory now. Okay? I've got them all. Now, let's go ahead and switch back to survival mode real quick. So I'm going to run back over here and fall back into the void. So, and of course, all the stuff in my inventory, you can go put it into your own storage. You can keep it now. You don't need it in there anymore. Okay. I don't really need it now. So just going to drop down here. We'll go ahead and die to the void. Let's respawn. So now I have no levels, no inventory, no nothing. But if I go back over here, we took everything out. So we got to keep everything. All that's gone. All that's gone. And I go up in here, take that iron ingot. I still get 30 levels. Over 30 levels. Still get it. And now it just sets it up just like I want it. So now I can do it again. Now I got 39. So because there's almost a exponential increase of required XP levels for experience once you start getting higher levels. If you didn't know that. So yeah, I mean, you just sit here and just keep going and get all of this. So, and I got all my stuff back. And just all I had to do is fill that up. So this is awesome. This is awesome. And again, it's very efficient. I'm not wasting all the bamboo, all the fuel. So just fill these up and it'll give you 1,300 uses in fuel. And then you just have to put ore in here every now and then. And so just to make sure it stays up. So it's awesome. I mean, this is the way to go right here. And you can do it very early game and get it going, get that XP fast. So anyway, got to run, but I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative and you got a lot of good information to this. Again, let me know what you think of that new intro. I thought it was pretty awesome myself. So, but hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.